I'm just going to get that hypnotherapist working on Ralph while you and I do the news.
Oh, okay. Do you think nothing's going to happen today, though?
I don't know. Let me just get her in here real quick. Gary, bring in the hypnotherapist so we can ask our questions. Here's Ralph, who probably had something go on in that room with the priest at a young age. He just doesn't remember it.
I know for sure nothing happened.
Well, let's find out.
I mean, I was weirded out and I was sick the next day, but...
Hello, doctor. Here, give her the microphone.
Doctor, how did we find this doctor?
Ralph, do me a favor. Give the doctor a seat. And, since when did she become a doctor? Because I said it? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, let's call her a doctor.
Is she a doctor?
Everyone's buying into it. I don't think she's a doctor. Are you a doctor?
Absolutely not.
Of course not. But all right, we'll call you a doctor anyway.
Okay.
And for today, you're a doctor.
All right.
Hey, you're kind of cute, too.
Cute.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll let you hypnotize me,
Maybe Ralph
baby.
won't be able to be hypnotized.
Who's the dude with you? Is that your husband?
No, he's not. He's in training to be a hypnotherapist, and he's watching.
So you're not having any sex with him? Are you involved with her? What?
Have you hypnotized him because he's in a trance?
Yeah, I think you might have watched one too many hypnotisms, my friend.
He's in a coma.
No, I'm saying, are you going out with her at all?
Sure.
What?
Yeah.
You are?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. You're doing pretty good for yourself.
Who hypnotized her?
Yeah. She's pretty. Is she the best looking girl you ever had?
Absolutely.
That's your boyfriend?
Is he telling the truth?
Yes, he is.
He is?
Oh.
That's your boyfriend?
Yep.
Wow. Well, you're doing pretty good, pal. I'd like to have a roll in the hay with your doctor here. Is he really in training to be a hypnotherapist
Yes,
too?
he is, yes.
Oh. Kind of. How'd you fall in love with him? He came to you and said, "I want to be a hypnotherapist"?
No, he figured that out later.
He did.
Yeah.
I'd figure that out real quick
Did you
myself.
hypnotize him to fall in love with you?
No.
I don't think he needs any help. If anything, she did self-hypnosis.
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
Yes, they hypnotize him every morning. Once, yeah.
I don't remember. What did I do?
You hypnotized him and he doesn't remember?
I don't remember. I don't remember doing it.
What did she do to you? She hypnotized you?
Yep. We had a little regression.
Remember? What's the matter? You had a little problem there? Were you with a priest? What?
Can you hypnotize a guy to, make him last longer? Can you do that?
Sure,
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you better be hypnotized.
You're saying I could last a whole minute?
I got a whole list of problems
We
you
had
could take care
training
of.
for impotence, too.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't give that to your boyfriend, did you?
No,
no.
I didn't. Not with her.
Got to hypnotize him to push himself away from the dinner table a little bit, right? A couple extra pounds on you, my friend. You want to hold on to a girl like that, you gotta keep yourself nice and trim.
Yeah, we're working
He's
on it.
losing weight right now.
Is he really? Did you hypnotize him for
Not
that?
yet. He'll be even doing better
Are you?
after that. Yeah.
Yeah. Marry him, he'll forget all about losing weight.
Right,
All
you'll balloon right up.
That's right. Guys always stay thin until you marry him. Anyway, here's the doctor. Let me tell you the whole story. Ralph was a little boy, and I guess his old man took off on him.
Oh.
And it's a real sad story.
No, he didn't. Well, he didn't take off. We were trying to get rid of him. He wouldn't leave.
Oh, okay. But eventually he left.
Anyway, it's a sad story.
Yeah. Right.
Either if you're trying to get rid of your father, it's worse.
One way or another, Dad was not around, and
Stop coming home.
Mom decided that we've always suspected Ralph of being a bit of a homo or something. I don't know what
I don't know that he's quite sure of what he is sexually.
Yeah, we know he's in a discovery process.
You're not sure.
He says he's into girls. Now, anyway, anyway,
and priest.
He says his mother decided to get him a male role model. So back then, I guess his mother, I don't know, didn't know anything about priests. Couldn't put it together.
Because the family was falling apart, he was going to counseling.
I was going to, I went to Catholic school, and this father was a counselor there.
Yeah. So anyway, the father says to the mother, I know how to cure him. Get him out of his depression.
Give him a fishing trip.
Let's give him a fishing trip, him and another little boy, and I'll take them, and let me get him over to the apartment, and I'll set the whole thing up.
They have to stay overnight with me.
Yeah, even though...
we want to get an early start.
In the morning.
Yeah, even though Mom lives 5 minutes from the rectory.
Right.
So Ralph goes into the room. The priest whips out a whole bunch of dirty magazines. This is what Ralph remembers.
Okay.
Him and the other little boy are looking at the dirty magazines. This must be some case the doctor's taking notes.
Well, I have to write this down so
Good.
I don't forget.
Yeah, believe me, this story you ain't going to
I
forget.
don't know how you could forget this story.
Right, yeah. The only fishing trip...
I have to write down what he remembers.
Okay.
But he does remember...
Yes. He remembers looking at... He remembers the magazines.
I remember we were sitting down. He took out some magazines.
He took out some magazines, and he took out some toys. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I didn't know what they were, because at that age, I'm not really familiar.
Well, now you're very familiar.
Yeah.
And now he has them.
So the only fishing that was really going on was the fishing in Ralph's pants. So anyway,
fishing for trout.
So he now claims after the father showed him the magazines to him and the little boy and showed him the toys, somehow it was time for bed. He doesn't remember what happened after that.
Okay.
But it was time for bed. He remembers getting ready for bed, changing. He doesn't remember the father watching him. I'm sure the father was looking at him.
If he wasn't watching, he had cameras somewhere.
Right. So it's a very sad story, isn't it, Doctor?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ralph's laughing but crying on the inside.
Yes. Yeah. Inappropriate response.
Boy, the doctor is cute.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo.
Thank you.
You don't hypnotize topless, do you?
No.
Too bad, because I'll go for a session right now.
I'm not doing it unless...
And tell me, you got a nice body.
Believe in hypnosis.
Man, let me tell you something. You're a very attractive woman. Do you know that?
Do you sit on my lap when we do this?
No.
Yeah, good. Take it easy, will you?
He's into guys. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
This is how she hypnotizes. She goes, look into my thighs. Very attractive. Very impressive. Very beautiful.
So
no
anyway,
bra either, right, Doctor?
Let's go on.
You are wearing a bra?
Out of time.
Excuse me, Robin. I'm getting out to something important. You are not wearing a bra, Doctor. Do you admit that?
Yes, I am wearing.
Oh, you are wearing a bra.
I am.
Beautiful. May I guess your measurements? 36, 24, 36. Would I be far off?
That's a wonderful guess. I'll go with that.
Is that true?
No. But it's a nice guess.
36C?
Oh, no. I'm small. I'm a small girl.
What are you, a B?
Yeah, small B, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You look like a C.
It's hard to tell
Well,
because
thank you.
Very nice.
baggy.
Yeah.
I thought we were running out of time.
Hold on one
There's
second.
always time for this.
Your jeans are very tight. May I say that?
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, they are.
Mine are getting tighter.
Easy. All right, so let's get down to it. Beautiful.
So anyway,
woman.
all Ralph remembers is that somehow...
Well, hold it a second, Robin. Let me get to the rest of this. Wait a second. Let me get to the
Well,
story.
he's taking so much time figuring out her bra size.
What are you, in a rush?
Yes,
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, okay.
Where are you going?
Beautiful black hair.
I'm not doing it unless she gets in lingerie.
Big eyes.
You're doing it.
Do you have to stare in someone's eyes?
No.
No, none of that? Okay.
No.
Because you're big
Like
pools.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Do you have a little watch that they have to
No, I
look at?
don't. No.
All right.
Crazy.
Doctor, so let me tell you the rest of the story. So Ralph somehow ends up getting ready for bed. He doesn't remember what happened in between there. The priest invites him into the bed, but Ralph says he goes on the floor.
He said, you can either sleep in the bed or you can sleep on the floor. You know, there's plenty of room in the bed. Come on in.
And now, meanwhile, the other little boy and the father were in the bed already. You dig?
Okay.
All right. You with me?
Yeah.
Ralph claims
Was his friend, the other little boy was his friend?
No.
You never
He was
met?
somebody. No, I knew him. I went to school with him, but
An
he was
acquaintance.
He was like a grade or two above me.
Right.
Okay.
And lo and behold, Ralph claims he fell asleep on the floor that night. And
In his underwear.
But I heard
In his underpants.
noises. I heard and it was freaking me out. I was just trying to ignore it, you know. And
Right.
I'm trying to convince myself, no, this isn't weird. No, he's just coughing. You know what I mean?
And then you went on the fishing trip. Did you see the father after that? On any other subsequent occasions?
No.
You did not. Now, don't you think that's a little strange that all of a sudden you didn't?
I mean, I saw him. I mean, I might have gone to counseling with him.
You still went to counseling?
I don't know.
You
I
don't know.
I'm not
Can't
sure.
remember.
I
Now,
can't
doctor,
remember.
in your humble opinion, isn't that a little weird? Isn't there something being blocked here?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
In other words, after a traumatic experience, like going on this fishing
He
trip.
didn't rape me.
Listen to
If
me.
he raped me, it would
I
have been
didn't-
traumatic. He whipped out the
But
magazine.
notice that you do not. Excuse me. Notice that you do not. Notice that you do not remember seeing him during the time after the magazines and during the time
I saw
of
him all the
changing.
time. He was in the
You saw him all the time. Did you go to counseling afterwards?
I don't remember.
You don't remember going.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Why
our
would
sessions
counseling
before. I don't
stop?
remember.
Why would counseling stop all of a sudden after?
Well, because if it did,
fishing trip.
it may have, and if it did, because I just didn't want to be around him, and I would want to be
what about your
alone with
mother?
him.
Didn't she want? Wasn't she
I
interested
wasn't
in you?
asking for it.
Wasn't your mother still interested in you going to fishing trips? I mean, wasn't she interested in you hanging around the father?
He didn't ask you how the fishing trip went?
I would just, if my mom wasn't anyone who made me do things.
Did you have a mother? I mean, was she involved at all in any of this?
Yes.
In any kind of guidance? Not only do you have rocks in your head, you have blocks in your head. Blocks and blocks and blocks.
You know what the forgetting whether he had counseling or not could be?
Of course.
The relationship.
Of course. The whole love affair, Robin. Robin, you know, you've been under hypnotherapy.
What kind of counseling was it?
It's just somewhat
Nude counseling, doctor. What kind of counseling? Doctor.
Just to talk about what was bothering me, things like, just somebody to talk to. I don't remember.
You don't know how old you were?
I was in maybe 6th grade.
Oh, you were older than I thought. I was listening the day that you were talking about it, and you sounded younger that day.
Let me ask you something, Doctor. If he was younger, you could almost understand not remembering. You're saying now that he's older.
I thought he was like 5, you know?
Right.
But see, he's an 11-year-old kid.
11.
I was in 5th or 6th grade. How old are you?
10 or 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that, Jackie?
You don't even remember that?
About 12.
Jackie, I can't hear you, pal, without a mic.
No, but I thought
you knew that.
No, I thought the first day he said 7.
Yeah, no. Obviously, he's growing in age.
No, that's a different story. 6th grade.
Wait a second. You remember? Ralph, shut up. We asked you.
I told Jackie to shut up.
Why?
Look at how this makes him upset.
Because
Doctor, do you ever see this agitation?
He's got this fake look of amazement on his face.
Why do you get agitated? Why are you so... I never saw you get agitated like
Are
this.
you interested in trying to find out if there's anything repressed?
The doctor wants to know.
My point is, if you're 7 years old, that's a long time ago. You wouldn't remember why you wound up on the floor. And
Of course. At 11...
5th or 6th grade, I would know why I was on that floor and how that was determined.
Of course.
I remember what happened. What are you saying?
No, you don't.
I remember.
What happened after you saw the magazines and the rubber toys?
Yeah, what was the transition that made you wind up on the floor?
Maybe I got a drink of water and I went to... It was time to go to bed.
Where did you change?
I can't remember getting a drink of water.
Where did you change? Where did you change? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Do you remember how you ended up on the floor?
On any specific day
when the priest raped me? I absolutely do.
So you go to get a glass of water and you come back and the choice is, do I get in the bed or do I lie on the floor? And you choose to lie on the floor.
And how do you sleep through that?
Okay, so that's what we looked at magazines. I got a drink of water.
The doctor asked you a relevant question. Are you interested in restructuring the events that happened on that night, that fateful night?
Because they're all in there.
I'm not interested, but you seem to be interested.
Are you interested?
Not really.
Oh, come on, Ralph. You've got to be interested. We can't hypnotize
Let me ask you
Howard.
another question. Are you curious? I'll reword my question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Strike the previous question from the record. Are you interested in are you interested in finding out if there was any sort of thing that happened to you that you possibly repressed? Are you kind of curious about it?
Well, if something...
Say it.
If something happened... and I repressed, I'd like to know about it, but nothing happened.
All right, so you would like to know. Excuse me. We know nothing happened, but would you be interested in restructuring those things just to see if anything happened, just out of curiosity?
Sure nothing happened.
Would you be interested in that?
I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, so that would be...
You want me to do it, I'll do it. I don't care. I'm not upset about it.
I can help make a decision.
You got to understand something. The doctor can't help you unless there's a willingness.
Unless I want to be helped?
Yes. Aren't you curious to see what happened?
Not really, because well,
maybe you're... let me ask you another question.
No,
are you afraid
no.
to find out what happened?
No.
She's not going to make something up, right?
No, she's 100% legitimate.
No,
she's wearing patchouli oil. I can smell it over here, yes.
What I'm afraid of is what else you're going to do to me when I'm under it.
No. Doctor, will you now give us your solemn word that you will do nothing else throughout that this is strictly an exploratory mission to find out what's in the deep bowels of his mind?
Absolutely.
I'd like to explore the doctor.
Well,
now.
He obviously is attracted to you, doctor, something I'm sure you've heard of.
If I'm attracted to you,
patient
can we still
transference.
do it?
I think this is a big cover-up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're attracted to I think you're attracted to the doctor's boyfriend. What do you think of that?
I think it's a big cover-up.
He's cute, is right.
There you go.
Does he look like the priest?
Actually, he does.
Lucky you.
What?
Is he the priest?
No.
No.
You're being silly now.
I'm being silly now.
Okay.
Okay.
Doctor, get on that microphone. Jackie refuses to put it in front of your face. Go ahead.
So you think you're interested at least in exploring this then?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Can you tell me, what did they call you back then? Did they call you Ralph?
Homo. Did they call you Ralph or by another name?
Renee.
Weird.
Homo. What did they call you?
Ralph.
And you say you were 11 then?
I don't know exactly.
All right. What street did you live on then?
Well, maybe you don't want to give that.
Homo Ave.
Or where did this happen? I have to take you back to where this happened, and I want to be able to say something that'll trigger that scene in your mind.
Well, you're not living there anymore, this street, right? So what street were you living on?
Are you going to do this right now?
No, she's just asking some questions. Don't be so uptight.
I'm scared.
Dean Road.
All right.
Well, Dean.
Okay.
Butt Scout.
Oh!
I was in the Boy Scouts, too.
Of course you were. Boy Scouts, great. You know what? If I had a son, I'd never send him to the Boy Scouts.
Ralph wasn't a son, he was a picnic.
Right.
I went on a camping trip.
Just be quiet and stop being nervous and answer the doctor's questions. Go ahead, doctor. I apologize.
If you have any sort of a traumatic memory here, and it really does upset you, would you be willing to get professional help afterwards?
That's easy.
That's a no-brainer. Of course you would, right? What are you saying?
Why are you asking me that?
It's very clear.
What if there's something that she finds and you find and you get very, very upset and agitated? Are you willing to seek professional help?
Sure.
Okay. Answer the question, you retard. Sorry, doctor.
What do you say?
What did you say? Tell the doctor, and when you're in the Boy Scouts, you got a merit badge for sucking. That's relevant, isn't it, doctor? You don't think so? Doctor, ask more questions. I find it fascinating. The whole world of hypnotherapy.
Yes. Are you afraid of heights?
Yes.
You are. Okay.
Oh, boy. What does that tell you, doctor? Homo.
Oh, it's so much more fun when it's somebody else. Can we get Gorilla back in here?
Of course he's afraid of heights. It probably happened to everyone knows. Go ahead, yes.
The reason I asked him that question is because I normally take people back in time on a cloud.
Ooh.
And if they're not comfortable on a cloud because they're up in the air...
Yeah, you better keep him on the ground. He's lighting the shoes.
He likes clouds.
I'm not like afraid. Like I could handle that cloud thing. Like the idea of being...
You'd be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy smokes a lot of pot.
Yeah. And a lot of freeze.
He walked around in a cloud.
All right. And
yeah.
if you see anything in your past, you will be observing this from a distance. I'd like to suggest to you that you'll be observing it from a distance, kind of like you're watching a movie, so that it won't upset you. And maybe we can come up with some kind of an image for you, some kind of a shield that you can use, or some kind of a...
Yeah, like a buttock protector. Like frying pan over his ass.
Like Captain America.
Yeah, what do you want? You want a shield that'll protect you?
Do you want to be inside of a bubble, or do you want to hold a shield in front of you? What kind of image do you like?
This is cool.
Can I just be me? I mean,
how about a dental dam? No! Why don't you be in a bubble, you retard? Stop it. Oh, you want to cross?
Cross.
You want to hold a cross, or what? You want to be surrounded in a cross?
What do you want? A cage? Do you want to be in a bubble? Do you want to be in a bubble for protection?
I don't need to be in a bubble.
No, if there's something upsetting you, you need protection. Would you mind being in a bubble?
I can handle it.
What is a nice imagery for you? Will you stop it, Ralph? Just come on.
Go with it. What's
Go with it. Go with it. If it's so silly, you're obviously afraid of finding out you're a homo.
All right. What do you want me to tell me?
Well, a draft.
What would you feel?
It's up to you.
What's the idea?
Do you like a bubble? You faggot?
No.
Jesus. I got to shock him into this. I'm sorry.
Would you like
I
a shield?
A bra.
A bra? A pair of panties and a bra. So you give him magic panties and bra?
Panty shield.
No, would you like a bubble? Come on, let's move this along.
No, I don't want a bubble.
What would you like?
I don't want anything.
What you need?
Bird
you don't. You know what? You are genuinely stupid, Ralph. And I'm going to tell you why you're stupid.
You sound like your father.
You know what? That's right, I do. And you know what? My father made a lot of sense. You could have used a father beside a priest. Let me tell you something. If she says to you, there might be a point where you get agitated or upset, and we give you imagery of protection. What about a bubble? Just say yes.
Since you can't come up with anything else.
All right, I'll go for the bubble.
Hey, you stupid ass.
You know how you have to explain everything?
God, he's like a retard. You're dumb. Get into it.
Have you ever been under hypnosis before?
Look at this. Every question's on.
Like a comedian kind of, a situation, like a stage hypnosis.
Yeah.
Right.
But not hypnotherapy. It's sort of like a profound relaxation. Are you aware of what it's like at all? Have you ever seen it?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's nothing to be afraid of, all right? I don't want to get real technical, but it's because it's probably boring, but you're in a state called theta. And what that is the same.
I'm in that state all the time.
It's the same as just when you're waking up or just when you're falling asleep. So you're very familiar with that state. You've been there before.
I've been in that state.
I walk around in that state.
Yeah, he's really slow.
Okay, so
I'm tired today, too.
So that doesn't. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Right. That's all it is. It's just a profound state of relaxation so that we can bring your subconscious mind to the foreground.
Now, Doc, let me ask you a question.
What is it? The kind of thing when I'm talking? Do I remember it, or will I?
Yes, you'll probably remember it. At any moment, you could stand up and say, I don't want to do this anymore. You're never out of control.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Doc, let me ask you a question. How long does the process take, would you say? So if we did the news while you were in the other room with them, although I would like to hear you actually once you get him under.
Well, I was going to say maybe I could suggest that we bring him back to a point again. I could say, when I count 3, 2, 1, you will come to this one point that we were in the other room, and maybe we can kind of like encapsulate a little bit of it.
Cool.
But don't you think if we do it on the air, then I'll be weird about, you know what I mean?
No, once you're under, I don't think it matters. If you
as
take
long
him,
as you're relaxed, it'll be okay.
Yeah. So she'll take you in the other room, hypnotize you and junk, and get you into it. And then when you get to some good stuff, like when the priest starts doing stuff to you, we'll get you in here for it. All right?
I think you're going to be disappointed.
Well, fine.
Okay.
We just want to find
out.
out.
Not remember anything. That's
right.
fine, too.
That's fine. Ralph, no one's...
Ralph
just trying to help you, dude.
Now, wait a second.
Really
Deep. What if I remembered something?
Yes.
And like I'm coming out, you're taking me back, and I remember something, and then I don't want to tell you. Will I tell you anyway?
You won't unless you want to, but usually when you're that relaxed and you're trusting me, you probably will.
I trust you, Doctor.
Don't you want to tell me something?
I want to tell you something. You want to know what I want to tell you? You don't have to put me under. I'll tell you. I'd like to tie you to my bed, make out with you, and then do some stuff to you that would really get you relaxed. What do you think of that?
If I get upset, will you hold me?
No.
Believe me, no one wants to hold you, you scraggled tooth.
Hey, come on.
All right, let's take a break, Robin.
All right.
The doctor's going to go in the other room. Am I correct? And you're going to relax Ralph.
Yep.
And then as soon as you get going, just tell Gary, and we'll hustle you right back in here during the news.
Okay.
Because this is big news.
Absolutely. We're going to find out what happened to Ralph.
All right. Find out for the first time Ralph butt smuggled.
Hey, come on. See, now you're going to make me uptight about it.
I'll be quiet. You're not uptight about anything.
Wouldn't you want to know if that happened to you?
I'd like to
maybe I could. I hope something happened, really, because then I could sue him, right?
Yeah. We got a big case. Absolutely.
Look at me. I'm a mess.
I wish you put me under and find me something to sue.
You're a mess. I don't think you can blame the priest.
Doc, can you put me under? In fact, can you put me under you right now? Imagine we find out Ralph was engaged at age 11 to the priest. Like was living with him for 2 years.
I was married in the
There could be a whole thing going on, right, Doc? I mean, you've taken people who said nothing happened, and then you do it, and you find out stuff, right?
Yeah. And also, to change the subject, I can also make Mr. Grillo there feel a little better about himself, too.
Can you? Yeah, he's got a bad self-image.
To help him?
Yeah, good. Do me a favor, throw that in as well. Thank you, Doctor.
It's a package deal.
Thank you. All right, let me take a break, Ron. When we come back, you'll begin the news.
Yes.
We'll be waiting for Ralph to come back in.
Wonderful.
It's going to be an exciting potpourri of imagery and news.
I just think this has been a very exciting show today. We've been doing good work all around.
Yeah, we took Gorilla and almost made him suicidal. And Ralph will come back and find out that he was butt smuggling at age 11 and couldn't deal with it.
I'm going to need professional help
right.
this afternoon.
All right, we'll be back right after these words. Well, where is Ralph?
Well, how long should I let them go? The door's been closed for a while, and I realize it's sort of unfair to make a guy remember, a molestation in half an hour. So how long should we...
I wouldn't know.
Before I tap on the door.
The hypnotherapist said she would...
20 minutes.
Alert us, didn't she? Maybe she's getting some real dirt, and Ralph can't be broken at this
You know what? Ralph's probably in the middle of having his underpants removed by the good father.
You think Ralph's in there crying now?
Why don't you go check up and see what's going on?
Well, the door's shut. Should I knock?
No, don't knock. Just like crack it. Yeah, they're not in there having sex.
You told Ralph not to do anything goofy like fake it.
No. It's all 100% on the level.
See if it come out in tears.
Ooh.
All right, very good, Bafafui. Give me an update.
What are the odds that you have to take Ralph home this weekend because he needs to be watched?
Cradle me.
Yeah, he's on a ledge. All right, go ahead, Robin. You're in the middle of stories.
Well, Greg Louganis made his big revelation. It's been rolling out over the week, and tonight his interview with Barbara Walters on 2020, the debate is now raging as to whether he endangered people's lives in 1988 by competing in the Olympics, even though he knew he was HIV positive.
No, he didn't put anyone at risk. He just bled all over the pool and bled all over the doctor. And what is it, Gary?
I have to apologize. I just cracked the door where Ralph is. Just a hair.
Uh-oh.
And
Ralph's nude in the priest's lap.
Ralph is on the chair, like curled up in the fetal position.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he's got sunglasses on. I don't know what's going on.
Really?
Yeah, it's the weirdest looking thing I've ever
Go listen some more and see what's happening.
Okay.
Hear what is he with the priest?
Is he talking?
No, it looked like he was almost sleeping.
Really?
Yeah, it was real strange.
Maybe
looking.
she had to just put Ralph deep into something because he came up with some awful revelation.
He was like curled up in the fetal position, and he had like either his jacket or somebody's jacket like curled up in a ball, and he was sort of hugging
like a security blanket?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we're in the middle of hypnotizing Ralph. In case you're just tuning in, we're in the middle of hypnotizing Ralph in the back room to remember what happened between him and the priest when he was 11 years old.
And I forgot to tell you, Dominic called earlier. This is the reason why people can't stand lawyers. He goes, well, I don't think this is going to do anything, but if it does, we've got a real case against that priest.
Why not? The doctor and Ralph are back in the room.
Okay.
She's no doctor, but I call it doctor.
Hypnotherapist.
Right. Ralph, now, we only peeked in one time while you were being hypnotized, and you were in the fetal position on the couch curled up with a blanket.
With a blanket.
Doctor, do you want to speak? Ralph looks a little...
I'm really tired back now.
You got hypnotized, right?
You really went under.
I don't know. I mean, I can remember what was happening. But...
Doctor, what happened?
Well, Ralph went under.
Right.
and he was very relaxed. He did remember some isolated, specific things that he hadn't remembered before.
Is he still sleeping?
Probably halfway. He's probably.
You didn't take him out of the trance?
He's out, but it takes a long time sometimes to completely recover.
Dude, take off your glasses. Let me see.
It's really bright.
Let me see. Take off your glasses.
I can't take this light.
Oh, it looks cool. You look like a heroin addict.
Yeah, this is better than drugs, Ralph, right?
Ralph, are you going to fall out of the chair?
I don't know, man. I can't.
Dude, try to snap out of it. Okay, you're on camera.
Sorry, man.
Don't be goofy.
I'm not being goofy.
And sit up and take your hand away from your head so I can see your face. So you're on camera and sit up.
Why are you yelling at him?
Well, he's a moron. He knows he's on.
I think he's still 11.
I'm tired.
Are you still 11? Did you let him grow back up again? You did.
Yes.
All right. Now, doctor, with the new revelation, you took Ralph under.
Yeah.
You took him back to the time of the priest.
Right.
What did you learn?
Well,
would it be right for you to disclose it?
I would like Ralph to say what he learned,
I
because
see,
then
okay.
he'll say what he wants to say.
I see.
All right, Ralph, what did you learn?
I didn't learn anything different. I mean, I remember some specifics, like what the priest was wearing and like what the bed looked like and where I was sleeping.
How his hands felt as they ran across your body.
Was there any evidence of molestation, doctor?
He did not remember any molestation of himself. He remembered it of the other boy.
Yes. So he witnessed it.
Yes, he witnessed it to a point. It was
I saw,
dark in the room.
you know what I remembered seeing like looking over, like I was in my sleeping bag and I was sleeping there or trying to go to sleep, and I remembered looking over, like the bed was over on the side behind me. I remember kind of like looking over and seeing like blankets and
kissing and stuff.
Maybe, yeah,
rolling around.
Rolling around
All right.
in the bed.
The story that Ralph had construed for us earlier was that he walks in, the priest shows him porno mags. Was that a recollection?
Yes.
Was he able to recall what these toys and everything were?
He had some specific descriptions of toys. As an 11-year-old, he didn't know names for them, but he talked about what they looked like.
And what were they?
Something was egg-shaped.
Like a vibrator?
Yeah, like there was wires on it, and there was like a, like I don't know, maybe something where you put your fingers, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
was he able to recall after he looked at the toys and stuff what happened next?
To a degree, he was blanking out on some spots.
It was more a feeling of like, hey man, check out these magazines. Hey, check out these things out. It wasn't like, hey, let's use these things. It was just kind of like, hey, look what I got. Like,
did the priest see him undress and stuff? Did we get to that?
No, but I think that where he became uncomfortable was when the toys came out. He was pretty much okay
with the magazines,
and then when the toys came out,
it was kind of cool, you know, like the priest is showing you some dirty magazines, and then he starts taking out some things that I don't know what they are.
Did he recall seeing the priest naked?
No, he recalled seeing the priest in his underwear.
Oh, he did.
Well, that's new.
And there you go. And
I just snapped out of it.
And the priest was in the bed, and he recalled, what was the boy wearing in the bed?
First, the priest wasn't in the bed. First, he was standing around in his underwear.
Right.
And then the boy, is it all right with you if I say what you saw?
Yeah.
After that, he saw the boy and the priest sitting very close together in the bed.
I see.
And he had decided at that point, they had invited him to join
There's plenty of room in here.
Right.
And he said no, he thought he would sleep on the floor, in the sleeping bag.
And he did, in fact, sleep in the sleeping bag.
He did get into the sleeping bag, the foot of the bed on the floor.
Uh-huh.
He said it was a very big bed and it was high.
Uh-huh.
And there were a lot of pillows and a lot of white blankets and things.
Right.
And then somebody turned out the lights. He couldn't remember who.
I think the priest did. Yeah, he like
little hijinks.
That was another. He like when he went, leaned over to turn off the light, and he like rolled like on top of this other guy.
This kid.
Kind of like, yeah.
This is something you didn't tell me before.
No.
Yeah.
Just kind of. I can remember now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It does. It filters through piece by piece. He might remember more during the day today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh, great.
You're going to be by yourself, Ralph?
It won't hurt you.
So, in your professional opinion, was Ralph violated at all?
As of now, I would say probably not.
Really?
Well, he was violated as a child.
I think that's violated.
Understood, but you know what I mean, the good stuff.
I see. Not if he was hands-on.
Yeah, I'm not going for any of that psycho mumbo-jumbo. I'm talking about hands-on good old-fashioned molestation.
You're talking about a money shot.
Yeah, right.
As of now, I'd say it sounds like not.
I see. Now, was Ralph able to recall what happened, like how he got out of the priest's clutches, like why he didn't continue seeking counseling and all of that?
Well, we didn't go heavily into that. I was trying to get him back to the memories of that night and the next day. And we talked a lot about the next day, too.
Like I said, my mom was easygoing, but if I didn't want to go to counseling, I didn't have to. I mean, she urged me.
So all of a sudden you just didn't want to?
Yeah.
I think he began to feel very uncomfortable about this person. And
so you're saying as stupid as Ralph is, he knew enough to get away from the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew to stay straight and stay on my sleeping bag.
Was you able to recall what was in the magazines? Were they gay magazines?
Naked pictures.
Naked pictures of girls?
Yeah.
They weren't.
They weren't like, what did you notice?
No, they weren't like young altar boys.
No, but I'm just wondering if it was the mainstream kind of nudie magazines, or were they
like
Nudist Colony
Beaver Hunt?
Right.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Beaver Hunt.
Yeah, they were pretty hardcore. Yeah. I mean,
hardcore. Okay.
They weren't soft.
What a priest.
Good guy.
So anyway, you're pretty good at this. Want to plug? You want to give your name and stuff?
Well, my name is Pam Safari, and I have a place in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania called the Relearning Group.
Cool.
And I do hypnotherapy there. I also teach courses to learn how to conquer anxiety and panic disorder.
Wow. And Ralph's pretty stupid. I mean, he went right under, right? He's like a blank slate.
He was good. He was very good.
Yeah, so that means he's like a blank slate. Like he's so easy, he just goes right under.
I mean,
trusting.
I think the stupider you are, I think you're trusting. The priest saw that in you. The stupider you are, the easier you go under.
Well, that may be true, but I wasn't like she couldn't have told me to do something,
right?
Or was
it like a dream though?
I was taught.
Were you there?
No, it would have been more comfortable if I was like laying down. I was like in this chair, and I was having to kind of position myself, and that's why I was.
Well, you want to go to her clinic? Is that what you're saying, Rob?
Maybe you want to go visit the doctor at I'll visit the doctor at the clinic. I don't need no hypnotherapy. Hey now. Your girlfriend's hot, dude.
Well, he was interested in staying in that chair. I think that was part of his protecting himself, to stay in that chair.
You look a little like Connie Selica.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was trying to protect himself by staying in an upright position for a while there. He gradually got into that.
No, it was just an
Did you notice that he got aroused in his pants when he was thinking about the priest?
Yeah, when he was talking about him standing there in his underwear.
There was no bulge when he heard him talking about.
The priest was like, fat too.
Was he?
Fat jolly.
He wasn't cute.
No, he wasn't like a Calvin Klein. He wasn't a Calvin Klein.
Because if he'd been like a Calvin Klein model, he might have gone for it.
I might have.
Yeah.
I didn't see very much agitation though that would indicate to me that maybe there was something there that he really was
trying to block out.
Or just like, this is really gross, and I don't want to.
I just wanted to get at
Hey, how long does it take to teach someone how to do hypnotherapy? Like how to hypnotize people? Because I like to do that to girls.
You know what? Probably not.
What girl?
Can I just say?
You're a married man.
Please, to my wife.
It seems to me.
Can you teach me how to hypnotize my wife so that she can rub her ear and have an orgasm? She doesn't have to bother me for it anymore.
No,
you don't do any of that.
I don't teach it. No, I'm not certified to teach. It took about 70 hours for me to learn what I know, and you can go and learn it from someone who's certified to teach.
Because you got him right under.
So
it can't be that hard to do.
I didn't go under. I was just.
Dude, did you hear you were under?
Everybody says they didn't really go under.
Yeah.
Well, what is going under? I mean, what?
Well, people usually expect something really heavy and profound, and it's not like that.
Right, you're just talking to me like you're saying, look around the room, look around it. You're just getting me to think.
But
you're not really.
Therapy, and what happened is
you're asleep. You're in a sleepy state.
Yeah, your subconscious mind comes to the foreground, and things happen that you remember them and whatever because that's where you are at that time. That you couldn't have been there without the hypnotherapy.
So you're not definitely saying that he didn't get raped by the priest, it's just that he doesn't remember it.
He doesn't seem to have, according to what I saw.
Right.
I'm telling you, if something like that happened,
dude, take it easy, man. No one's
don't get agitated.
Hey,
you're all cool, mellow.
Cool down.
Staying relaxed and calm, remember?
Yeah, Ralph. Do what she says. Don't fight everybody. Just stay relaxed, man.
Be like you were with the priest.
Yes, Ralph. Stay calm and relaxed. And look at my vibrating egg.
He got sick, yeah.
He did.
The next day. So he remembered coming back from the boat and lying in bed at this friend of the priest's house and being sick and taking Pepto-Bismol and all this kind of thing. And the priest coming in to check on him. But again, he doesn't remember anything happening there.
They had to pump Ralph's stomach.
I was so sick.
Oh, he remembers the priest coming in?
He remembers him checking on him, but that's it.
And how did the priest check on him?
He just asked him how he was doing.
Did he take his temperature?
Did he take rectal temperature?
That's what I
Would you
heard.
like an enema, Ralph? Sacramental wine?
Well, anyway, it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty zegsy.
What don't you know, Jackie?
I don't know either.
Sounds like round 2.
Hey, this is a lot more than we got before. We didn't know about Ralph's stomach ache.
Yeah, we didn't know you were ill.
Yeah, well, you guys aren't sensitive with me. Like
I wonder what was in his stomach that made him ill.
Right.
Yeah. Wonder what they had to pump out of there.
Let me rub your belly, Ralph.
Wonder if there were any human fish in your stomach.
Any little swimmers.
Any swimmers in there.
Any tadpoles?
Well, anyway, thank you for taking him under. This was fascinating. We got to look into the mind of Ralph, which is always frightening.
It was empty.
It was empty as usual. You came up empty.
I told you there was nothing in there.
But it was a new experience for you to think.
I wouldn't mind going to a hypnotherapist like her, man. That's my idea of therapy.
Hey, maybe you can tell your wife you're going into, hypnosis.
Yeah, and you can do stuff to me while I'm hypnotized, and then it wouldn't be considered cheating.
And she talks to you really sweet and soft.
Does she kiss you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but not just on the cheek.
Absolutely not.
Too bad. Too bad. Man, I
didn't even need to touch him. I asked permission if I could touch his wrist or his shoulder, but he didn't need that. He didn't get upset.
Right.
Only if you're...
I think I found a loophole for cheating. I'm going to sign up with the doctor for extended therapy. I'm going to ask you to get rid of my sexual repression. And while I'm under, just do stuff to me. Don't even tell me about it.
It's part of the treatment.
And I swear to God, we'll be alone. No one will ever know. I'll never accuse you of sexual harassment. It'll be perfect.
You'll forget.
How soon can I start my therapy? Can we start right now?
Get rid of that guilt in a second.
Yeah, in a second. No, doctor, obviously you're attractive and we've responded to your looks as well as your talent in the hypnotherapy
Really?
field.
That was very good.
Give yourself another plug if someone wants to get in touch with you.
My name is Pam Safari. It's called the Relearning Group in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania. Area code 610-670-7020.
All right, very good. You certainly helped Ralph. You helped him to relax.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Ralph, get the headphones off and escort our two guests to where the Gary waiting area is. Maybe she'll work on Gorilla a little.
Yeah, he still needs your help.
Yeah, he's got a self-esteem problem. You're not kidding. What?
Don't bring...
What are you, like a hippie or something?
No.
You're not a hippie?
No, I just happen to like that smell.
You do? No, I mean, you're just kind of hippie-ish. You know, you're into, like, relearning and all that. That's cool. I dig hippie chicks. Hey, that's my thing.
But could you tell her not to raise Gorillo's self-esteem too much?
Doctor, don't raise Gorillo's self-esteem too much, or else he won't be funny on the air anymore.
He'll still have to be an intern.
Very attractive. I might go over there for a little relaxation therapy. I think that's the way to have some sex.
You had some anxieties you needed to relieve yourself of.
If there's any hot-looking hypnotists out there who...
You'll go to a different one every week.
Yeah, I'd like to get a whole cadre of therapists.
A lot of childhood to remember.
You're not kidding.
A lot of years.
I used to bury my underpants in my parents' backyard. I need help.
Underpants.